Yeah, it's super good to see you. Yeah, I know it's been a pretty long time since really anyone has felt, good enough to really come in and get everything all situated, get checked up on, to see how you're doing. Yeah, I know it's been a very long time since the last time you were here, so thank you so much for coming back in. Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm Dr. Baller, and I hope that you will enjoy your time here. We're just going to be going over some, very simple things here, doing a very, 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 very simple cranial nerve exam. So, with that being said, hopefully you don't mind my, soft spoken tone if I even start going into more of a whisper. I know we try to make things like this as calm and as soothing as possible. So, hopefully you don't mind that at all. Okay, great. Yeah, I know some people think it's kind of like a weird thing or anything like that, but I really like to set the tone for my appointments and things like that. Just appointments like this can be pretty stressful, so I'd like to just make it a little bit easier on you and me, I guess. Also, as you probably saw, we are a little understaffed here. I know a lot of people are coming and going nowadays, so we didn't really get a chance to even get your name and everything like that. So let's make sure you're the right person, I guess. So I do have everything already pretty much set up. I just need just like basic information, I guess. So can I get your first name? Thank you. I assume that's who you were. And last name. And spell it out for me, please. Okay. Let's see, what else? We need your date of birth. And numbers, please. And then the year. Okay. I'm looking for more things. We need a home address. Okay. Oh wow, that's actually not too far. That's good at least. And apartment number or anything like that. Okay, great, thank you. And we need the, month, year, the last time you can remember you ever got checked up on. Okay, yeah, it could be any type of sort of medical field. It could be a chiropractor, therapy session, anything like that. Okay. Thank you. We also have to ask these sort of random questions whenever people come in here just to see how you're doing to yourself. So, do you have any, time of the day to do any physical activity, whether it's go to the gym, walking, running, anything like that, really? Okay. And do you know, like, how much time you spend doing that? Okay. Definitely more than me some days. I know it's really hard to sort of get out there and start sort of having normal life stuff. It's kind of a thing we have to really get really used to again. So it says here to ask if you're on any type of diet, whether that's a vegan, vegetarian, anything like that. Okay. And then it asks your favorite types of snacks or meals, whether it's fruits and veggies, whether it's burgers and fries, anything like that. Yeah, just like your favorite meals to make, get, anything like that. Okay. Yeah, I know that was kind of like a weird one to ask. It's mostly just to see, what you put in your body is the fuel you use for the rest of your life, your day, the next hour. It's really important to obviously put the right things in your body, but, it's not like you have to, follow a strict sort of meal plan or anything like that, even though if you were on a diet, then I guess you would already be doing that. And then, how many times a week do you eat fast food? Okay, yeah. I know it differs every week. And I know fast food is sort of like the easy go-to meal, but obviously, some places are better than other, but we all know, good home-cooked meals are sort of the way to go. Okay, we're almost done with that. I just need to fill out some of my own stuff, but how are you doing, by the way? Yeah, just how you've been recently, mentally, physically, anything you really want to specifically go over while we're here, or just here to get checked up? Okay. Yeah, I hate to sort of say that, such a calming voice, or sort of like throw it off like it's not a big question, but I really do hope you are doing well. Obviously, past year times were pretty tough, so I'm really glad that you made it back in. You feel safe enough to come in, and I'm very glad that it can be with me because I very much enjoy your company. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all I really needed. So in today we're just gonna be going over some visual, some sound, the sense of mobility in your arms and legs, your face, things like that. So yeah, it's kind of a fun little test I try to do, and I'm really glad you decided to come in and do it. Because obviously there's like a normal, physical you could go through, but I feel like not really a lot of people really worry about, the function of the brain and how it controls, your motor skills, how you see things, hear things, feel things. It's a very important test that I'm sure a lot of people don't really get done. So I'm really glad that you came in and get it done. It's a lot easier, I feel, than the physical. It's a lot more interesting too. So, okay, let me put this laptop to the side here. I already did wash my hands, so right now I'm just gonna be taking a look at your face, if that's okay. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, so just mostly going to be looking at your facial features here. Yeah, just sort of feeling around if I can find any hard pressure points, anything like that really above the eyes. You can close your eyes for me, please. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna be feeling over your eyes, seeing if I can feel any like very hard tension, anything that sort of feels misused or out of place over your eyebrows, your forehead. Everything seems to feel okay down the sides of your face, the tension in your jaw muscles. Yeah, it probably feels pretty good. Yeah, I know a lot of people's favorite parts of these are definitely this part. Yeah, thank you so much for just being so cooperative with me. I know it's sometimes kind of a weird thing. You have a good smile for me? Yeah, it's like just a normal smile. Okay, perfect. Okay, now relax your face again. If you can look up for me. Okay, look down. To the left. And to the right. Yeah, everything's good, looks good so far. And if you could smile for me again. Just making sure your cheek muscles and jaw, everything fine. Can you open your mouth? Yeah, just a little bit for me. Okay, can you open it as wide as you can now? Thank you. Alright, yeah, perfect, yeah. Okay, great. So, now without me touching or messing around with your face, can you do like a frown for me? Just put your lips down as far as you can go. Just like a normal, like sort of cartoonish frown. Okay, great. And again, smile for me. Okay. And then open your mouth up as wide as you can. Okay. Stick your tongue out real quick. Okay, yeah. And nothing is like locking, hurting, any sort of different sort of feeling you're having. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I know that one's sort of like a weird one we have to do, but again, your face muscles are so complex. There's so many different moving parts. I know it's sort of like a silly sort of test we have to go through, but can you also look all the way to the, well, I guess you're right. Okay, just look as far as you can. Just keep turning. Okay, now straight forward again. All the way to the left. As far as you can go. Yeah, obviously, like, make sure your shoulders are still right here. Okay, all the way to the left. Okay, awesome. Okay, can you look all the way up as far as you can? Yeah. And then all the way down. Okay, great. I should probably be writing this stuff down. Yeah, I know we sometimes do things physical for physical paperwork and things like that, but most of the time it's done over the computer and things like that. But I just need to write down what I saw. You're completely fine, completely normal. How did that feel? Yeah. That's completely fine, yeah. If there were any discomforts in sort of like your jaw or your neck, There are some great sort of massage techniques you can try out. Some things that, some chiropractors will teach you how to do, physical therapists as well. My best thing I could teach you is definitely making sure you're massaging this joint muscle right here in the jaw. Some people complain about it a lot, thinking about it's their wisdom teeth, different things, TMJ. That muscle is very important in basically your entire face and how it feels. So just make sure you're not grinding your teeth at night, making sure you're unhinging your jaw when you're sleeping. Make sure to remember to take the stress out of your face and things like that. Even smiling too much can also bring some sort of discomfort. So just make sure you're watching yourself during those things. Another thing, YouTube, a great source in today's age. There's definitely probably a lot of good videos. Maybe before on your way out, I can show you some to really help you, massage your face, your neck area, because obviously if something tenses up, it can cause some real damage. So just make sure you're keeping sure your face is doing well. But from what I saw, and hopefully from what you told me, everything seems to be quite normal. Let's see here. Okay, great. Now that I have this pen out, I think it will be the perfect time to test your eyesight. Now, I know this isn't going to be, your typical eye seeing test. I have nothing behind me, but what I can do is sort of see how, you're doing visually, not by testing how good you can see, but how well you can sort of track an object. This obviously is a very good test for the muscles in your eye to make sure everything is okay. Some people, lag behind, if you could say, when trying to follow things. It could be hard for them. That could pre-predict things. It's making sure that you can track things. So make sure you're looking at the tippy top of this pen here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to be doing is just moving it around you and just making sure you can obviously, see where everything is. So just make sure you do that for me, okay? Thank you. Now, I know it could be sometimes a very silly test, and I also think it's a very silly one, but it could also just mean, that you're just good and healthy, which is perfectly fine. But right now, just watching your eyes to make sure everything is in your eyesight, everything can be tracked and traced very easily. Just make sure you keep an eye on the tip of the pen here, making sure I'm going a little bit faster. If you're seeing a bird fly across your window, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it from how well you're doing this right now. So just thank you so much already. Gonna be going a little bit quicker now. Perfect. Yeah, everything's looking good so far. Okay, now if you can close your eyes for me. Yeah, just keep them closed for a little bit. And then when I tell you to open your eyes, just reopen them and continue tracking what you're seeing. This is sort of just how your eyes readjust. And reopen your eyes and just continue following. Perfect. Yeah, we usually try to do that just to make sure, the different lighting and things like that can also hinder people. The readjustment of their eyes is off. But it looks like you're able to do it very, very, very well. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah. Again, I'm just going to be writing these things down very quickly here. Eye seeing test. And how did that feel for you? Okay. Yeah, we try to use things that are very commonly sized, like a pen you would see every day. I know if people are having troubles, we usually do bigger objects, like maybe like a small box, to very small things like a thumbtack or something like that. If people are really having troubles, but if you are not having any troubles at all, we will just sort of skim through that part. Thank you so much for your cooperation as well. Yeah, the weather has been really nice recently. It's starting to finally clear out of that sort of crummy, wintry season, which is nice. I do love, the holidays and everything like that, but when it comes to the actual season of winter, I despise it. But spring I feel like it's probably my favorite time of the year because it's not super hot, not super cold as well. It's perfect. Okay. the next part I'm going to be doing is another eyesight test. I do not have a physical, flashlight on me, but I do have a cell phone, which, hey, cell phones nowadays can be used for literally anything. It's a supercomputer in your pocket. So I will be shining a somewhat bright light into your eyes. I know that sounds terrifying, but it's just to, again, test your eye muscles. Kind of like the test we did before. You shut your eyes and reopen them in natural lighting. I want to see how you do that with more intense lighting, because although intense lighting is intense, your eyes should still be able to readjust fairly fast. And I just want to test the muscles in your eye, how you sort of handle that and everything like that. So hopefully that's okay. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay. Hopefully you don't mind my phone case, or if this is some sort of not super highly professional, but it's the best I can do right now, so hopefully you don't mind. Okay, great. So if you don't know, the iPhone comes with different settings of lights. I know probably all phones have that as well, but there is a super bright setting, or the brightest setting they have for the flashlight, and a dimmer setting for the flashlight. We're going to be going through all the different settings of the flashlight and sort of see how your eyes readjust, if that's okay. Alright, perfect. So right now we have a very the lowest sort of setting they have. So again, I know it's kind of harsh, but if you can just follow the light for me, and I'm just going to be looking how your eyes are readjusting to the different lighting. Yeah, again, thank you so much for this. Perfect. Gonna be turning up the brightness a little bit more. Great, you have very, very, very nice eyes. Yeah, I know I just have these sort of regular, brown eyes. It's not very, very exciting, but in the light, any eye color can look very, very nice. Okay, great. The next setting, if it ever gets too bright, please just let me know. If there's any some sort of discomfort or anything like that, I'm just moving it around your eye. Okay, great. And the highest setting, again, just keep following the light for me. Perfect. I'm going to kind of put it out of view a little bit, and then bringing it back in very closely. Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then readjusting. Okay, if you look left for me, right, up, and down. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't really see anything different than what I saw before when I was just using the pen, the head of the pen, but if you felt any discomfort at all. Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's obviously just a super bright light in your face. It's not going to feel the best all the time. If you're having any eye strain, that can also be due to a lot of different things. Obviously, the thing I was just using, a phone. The phone can be your best friend or your worst enemy, whether you're holding it up too close to your face, if the settings on your phone aren't the right ones, where it's too bright at night. I know a lot of phones nowadays have that sort of night mode, sleep mode, dark mode sort of settings for a lot of their different apps, or even the entire phone can go on dark mode. I highly recommend you put it on a timer. Usually set it around when it gets dark outside, so now around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. to turn it into a dark phone mode. And so basically just turn the tones of the super bright lighting on your phone down to hopefully help out the eye strain that goes on with it. Yeah, and then obviously setting a sort of a bedtime for your phone, right before you go to bed. Maybe sometimes between, 9, 10, it matters how long in the night you sort of have to wake up or get up, sort of get off your phone, get it away from your face to sort of readjust the natural lighting in your eye, whether it's doing a puzzle, reading a book, homework, just office work, anything like that that can sort of just get you away from a screen. That can really help eye strain a lot. Otherwise, it could just be, the super bright lighting on the phone, which again, does make a lot of sense. Well, I think that is almost everything I need to go through. We would be doing more things like taste testing of smell and everything like that, but we don't really have that sort of things here right now. So hopefully this is good enough for now. still have a good sense of smell, taste, anything you've sort of noticed at all? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know our old test we used to have, but we're sort of getting new things into the offices. We used to just have like Febreze bottles, and we would spray them. They would have different scents, and we would have, people come in and sort of see how they would smell. But we tend to sense that that's kind of a more complicated one because there are different smells, from a tropical smell to a fruity smell, and we wanted to get more down to, I don't know, a tea, as you could say, like an orange, a banana, a peppermint smell. We wanted to get more, accurate sort of testing done. So maybe the next time you come in, we'll have some more tests where you can get that done. And then for taste, we would usually have the patient close their eyes, and they would have some sort of a tablet they would take, and it would taste of assortment of different things like chocolate, vanilla, mint again, a fruitier taste, something like that, so we can get a more sense of, again, a cranial nerve exam. But so far, looking at your eyes, your facial features, how you're telling me you're responding very well, I can sort of tell that everything is going pretty well so far. Yeah. I think we really only have one more thing to test, and that is sort of the motor functions of your body. So if you can't just, get readjusted, sit up nice and tall for me, neck nice and straight, everything like that. Okay, perfect. So if you can, just raise your right arm for me, just as high as you can. Give it a nice big stretch. And then your left arm, you can put your right arm down. Okay, perfect. And then both arms at the same time. Okay, like you're on a roller coaster, yeah. Okay, now while you're doing that, can you open and close your palms? Both hands, yeah. Perfect. Okay, you can put those down. Okay, I'm gonna sort of move back a little bit. If you can kick out your left leg. Okay. And then put it down, kick out your right leg. Perfect. No sort of strain, nothing super hard to do. Okay, perfect. And if you do both at the same time, just as straight as you can get them. Okay, perfect. Now, what I want you to do, it's sort of like the open palm thing, but with your feet. Can you sort of move your feet left and to the right, like you're waving with them, both of them? Okay, and then sort of kick out your legs like this. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Perfect, thank you. If you can stretch out your right arm. Perfect, and then your left arm. Perfect, thank you so much. Yeah, we usually try to test those things again. It's all above the brain. It's all about the noggin. Keeping your brain healthy is really great. One thing I do recommend when it comes to that sort of thing is just always sort of making sure your brain is at the tip-top shape. So I know there's a lot of apps you can get that sort of help with your brain function, keeping your brain as sharp as it can, doing brain games, even just doing your daily work can help that out really well. I know in the sort of the day and age of video games and movies, things like that, those are fun, but I don't want to say they sort of cloud your brain or make you dumber, but it's always good to sort of keep your brain to the sharpest it can be. So I highly recommend trying out different brain games, just making sure your brain is always doing the best it can. And I think that is pretty much all I needed to do. Thank you so much for coming in again. It was a lot of fun getting to see you. Do you have any questions about anything? Yeah, if anything does change, just make sure you just give us a call again. You can come back in anytime you want to. Again, it's a lot easier to sort of get things done nowadays. So whatever it comes with sort of facial feature numbness, if it's sort of hard to sort of follow patterns and something like that, that's why I made you sort of kick out your legs and open and close your palms. It's sort of something that it's sort of like an easy sort of muscle memory type thing you can do, just to test and see where your brain is. But at least again, from what I saw, it's something nice. I'm not going super in to diagnose you with anything. Just right now, from what you're telling me, what I'm seeing, everything seems to be very fine. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. So again, thank you so much for coming in. It was a lot of fun seeing you. Hopefully things weren't too weird. I know, again, the cranial nerve exam can be something completely different. Again, a test no one really gets a whole lot of, but I'm really glad you got to come in. And if there are any changes, please let me know. Alright, thank you so much. Yeah, I hope to see you again very soon too. Alright, yeah. Well, maybe not very soon, but you get what I mean. Alright, bye.